Hi and welcome to My Wildlife here, week 15. Been quite a busy week. I was getting ready for the virtual bat walk I was leading last night, and also getting ready for the mammal workshop that I'm running on Monday. So if you're watching this before Monday the 19th of April, you've got a chance to book on. Costs £12, link in my bio. And been out and about a couple of times with family, and also doing a wee bit of work in the school grounds, survey work in the school grounds for the school kids, to make a video for them when they come back. I'll be doing more over this weekend that I'm editing this together, so it'll be next week before I really have a lot to say on that. It's just been too cold during Easter holidays. It's been minus whatever quite a few nights, so there hasn't been a lot on. I had the moth trap out this week and there was nothing there in the school, so it was bats though, which you'll see during this week's video. And I know that there's also some other activity there, but I need to try and position my mammal and my wildlife cameras better. So other than that, I think that's it. So let's crack on with My Wildlife Year Week 15. Something is telling me that one of the mammal traps has something in it. What do you think? Right, I've brought the trap out to the workshop to open up. It's been during the day it's been caught, which makes me think this may be a bank vole because they're more active during the day than wood mice, but you never know. Let's see. I was right, it is a bank vole. So let's get it out and see what sex it is before I pop in a tub and take it for release. It's very obviously a male bank vole, so let's take him for release. So I popped him in the tub and he's now giving my camera a steering competition, and camera won, and I'm just about to take him for release now. Brought the male bank vole to one of my release sites, so I'll just let him go. Off you go. From the sounds of it, it sounds like we've got something else in here. I can see quite a few really small droppings here, so I don't know whether it's a young one we've got or whether it's just doing very small droppings. Just over 12 hours since last capturing the traps, but this one's overnight, so that makes me suspect it might be a wood mouse rather than a bank vole like it was yesterday. Let's see. I was wrong, it's another bank vole. They seem to prefer to come in during milder weather rather than colder weather for some reason. I don't know why. Right, female bank vole this time. She's quite wriggly, so I'll just pop her in a tub and take her away. I do wonder sometimes if folk in the village wonder what I'm doing wandering about with little tubs of rodents all the time. It goes off for release. Off you go. Off you go. My battery's just a bit dead, so hurry up. Off you go. Off she goes to find a new home. I always check she wasn't lactating at the moment, so I know she doesn't have young, so I don't feel guilty about there she goes into that hole there. Letting her go whale away from the man's where I live. Well, I've just found a very young bank vole in one of the humane traps. I'm not surprised, the female I caught yesterday, although she wasn't lactating, she obviously had young reasonably recently, so I suspect this is one of them. So I'll pop her in a tub and take her down to where I released mum, and possibly dad that I released the other day as well. Just let this one go. I suspect I may have to give it a little prod. She's not exactly confident. Off you go. Off you go. There she goes. I'm out for a little wander and I found these holes here. And judging by the size of them that the digging is taking place and how wide they are, I think it must be badger snuffle holes. If it was something like rabbit, they'd be a lot narrower and smaller. So there's definitely some badger activity around here. I'll keep an eye out for some more, but I might not see any more. Literally right round the corner from where I found the snuffle holes, I found these latrine pits. So, got latrine pits all over the place here. So these are what will be marking the edge of territory, so that if another badger clan comes in, they know that they're entering different territory. Judging by the amount of latrine pits here, this is obviously a well used area. Found another load of snuffle holes. Have a look at this. Look at the amount of snuffling that's been grown here. Probably after invertebrates, but also possibly small mammals like voles or mice. One way to tell if you've got bats around, or bats roosting in your house, is to look out for little piles of droppings that look a bit like mice droppings. But there is one main difference between mouse droppings and bat droppings. I'm going to show you how you can tell the difference. Bats poo a lot, so in a loft or maybe just outside the house might be a sprinkling of what looks like mouse droppings, but there is a difference. Right. Here you can see I've lifted that one and I'm rubbing it between my finger and thumb and it's still whole. Pick up one of these and I'll rub between my finger and thumb and it crumbles, and that's a bat dropping. The bat droppings are made up of all the small bits of insect, all the exoskeleton, all the outside of the insects that they can't digest. So they've digested all the juicy bits of inside the insect and it's the outside stuff that's in the poo. So if you rub it between your finger and thumb, and always remember to wash your hands after you've been do something like that. So rub it between your finger and thumb, and if it crumbles, it's bat poo. If it doesn't, it's mouse poo. I sometimes find bat poo on top of the my bins outside, the waste bin and the recycling bin, just the odd drop. And sometimes I'll pick one up and I'll rub it between my fingers and see if it crumbles or not. If it squidges, it might actually just, if it doesn't crumble but just squidges, it might just be a fresh mouse poo. But once the mouse poo dries, it is rock hard and it won't crumble. So that's how you tell the difference between mouse and bat poo. Just after sunset, so I've come out. I've got a couple of new bat detectors I just want to try out and just check they're working. So let's see what we can hear. In amongst all the clicks of the echolocation, you might hear the occasional buzz. That's called the feeding buzz. That's when its echolocation goes into overdrive and it's zoning in on its prey. Listen out for them. when we were out for a walk the other day, my phone died, so my daughter took some nice videos of some mute swans that were at the place we were visiting. So I'll just share these videos with you just now. Welcome to this section. It's not really a review section. I'm just going to go through some various insect nets that are available from online suppliers. Basically go whatever suits you and whatever suits your budget. First up is the cheapest. I can't remember the price of these, sorry, but this is basically because it's so long since I got this one. This is my first insect net. It's a Watkins and Doncaster standard one. I can't remember, but I think it's sort of like maybe about just under £15, something like that. But don't quote me. Rigid metal frame. Really done me well. I mean, there's been a couple of sort of like repairs done in the net, but it's done really well. Insect nets, you want one that's quite long and deep. The reason for that is you sweep like that, and if you catch something, you keep going like that so that it goes down this end of the net, and then in one of your back swings you just stop slowly and fold it over like that so that whatever you've caught is caught in there, and then you can get a little bug pop in there to catch whatever it is, pop it in there and you can identify it. This one here is a screw top. They just it's got a bit of kitchen roll in it. I think I've mentioned before on here, you don't squeeze it, squash it, but you can just sort of like, if it's something that's flying about, and as long as you're not going to damage it, so you wouldn't do this with something like a butterfly for instance, but a bee or a wasp, you could just go down so that it's not squashed, but it's just, it can't move very much, and you can get a good look at it to ID it. So this is still one that I use regularly. Her name's Annette, so she's my favourite. But another one that I've got this is my second net. I got this one. I really like. This one can be quite hard unless you stick it down your trousers. It's really not very portable. This one is very portable. Folds up like that, so fits in side pockets and cargo trousers and the like. Also comes with a short handle. I can't remember whether this is where this came from. It could be Watkins and Doncaster, it could be NHBS, or it could even be Alana, which is now part of NHBS, but because I've had this for so long. It folds out, screws on like that, and away you go. Very long net, again you can fold over and that. However, you can also get replacement handles for these. Now, you can get them from ecological suppliers, but they're actually quite expensive. Trick that my friend David told me. The same fitting. It's the same fitting as fishing nets for anglers. So this one here doubles as a walking stick. It's got a nice end for this walking stick end there, but it comes out 2.2 metres, and this net fits on nicely to it. They're all standard fittings. So this extension here cost me under a tenner, so a good buy. This net here is the standard butterfly net from NHBS. Nice handle. You can get two grips in it, so you've got a short grip and a longer grip, or two-handed grip if you want to. Nice net with it, butterfly net, black, so you can see it. However, you can also buy an extra net, sort of an insect net. White net is really good, especially if you're dealing with small insects and invertebrates, to be able to see them. And the other thing you can get for it is a net for using in ponds and streams. So it's all interchangeable with this handle. I think it comes to, I think it's about £40 all in if you get sort of like standard net plus those 2 nets. But again, go on NHBS website to check. And my last net, which I'm really excited to have got, just arrived in the last few days, is this little one here, which can fit in my pocket, can also fit in my little, my wee survey bag rather than my big survey bag. This collapsible one here folds up and fits in my big survey bag, but it's too big for my little one. This one just fits in my little one. So I've tucked this bit in here, but if I untuck it, it just flips out like that. It comes with a little brass handle, which can unscrew, and again this bit here does fit on both this handle here and the longer handle if I wanted it, but I'm happy to do it. You can also get a bit of wood and put it in there if you want to extend it. So nice one, and it just literally folds up into your pocket like so. So this one is from the collapsible one is from Watkins and Doncaster. You can also get one in NHBS. So have a look on the websites. There are obviously other ecological suppliers out there other than Watkins and Doncaster and NHBS, although not very many, I have to say. But have a look and see what you think suits your needs. If you're going to want something that's interchangeable, you might want to go for this one here. With its other nets, or you want something that fits in your pocket, you might want to go for this one. Just go for whatever suits your needs and your budget, and happy netting. Because we live in an old house and still get sash windows, there's little gaps here, and normally by this time of year we've already had some solitary bees in, but today's the first day I've noticed a couple. I've been keeping an eye out because it was sunny. 2 have made their way in. I want to just check. Last year at this time we're getting lots of red mason bees. I'm just going to check and see what species these are. It turns out that these are red mason bees, but they're male red mason bees. That's the first time I've ever had male red mason bees inside the windows of the house. The pale hairy face here is quite a lot of the solitary male bees have that. You can see he's a bit dusty from being in the window. So I've had him in the fridge for a wee while just to calm down, which is why he's sitting quite quietly on my finger like this to get a few photos and videos. This is the other red mason bee that I rescued. As you can see, it's not quite as dusty as the other one. He's just starting to come round after being in the fridge, but he'll soon be back active again and then off now that I've ID'd it. A couple of times today when I've come out, I've noticed that just sort of like on the roofs over here and flying above me, there's been a collared dove flying about with a stick in its mouth. Not the same stick both times I saw it, but the stick in its mouth, and I thought, where's it nesting? And it seemed to be sort of like going up here. I thought, I couldn't see, but I've just seen where it's nesting. The security light there. It's actually nesting. There's just some a few twigs on top of the security light, so it's going to be nesting up there, hopefully, so we might have some chicks, or squabs, since they're doves, so I'm really pleased with that, and we'll see how it goes, how they develop as the year goes on. I was just clearing out this box and I found a hibernating small tortoiseshell. I actually thought it was dead, but you can see it's starting to come round from the heat in my hand, so I'm going to take it outside because it's actually quite a warm day, so it's a good day for it to go out and be released. So, just to warm itself up. see it's just vibrating its wings to get itself nice and warm before it flies off. Right, come out for a little walk. Can you see it here? Just in the middle of the screen there, brown hair, jumping about. Thankfully Dexter's in the lead. So, I'm at Stubbs Camp. It's an old, well, it's been camp for various reasons, but in the First World War it was a camp, just get through there, a camp for German prisoners of war, but it's been used for other reasons over the years as well. So there's a memorial that has been redone. It's interesting to come and have a read of the interpretation boards. So there's also a woodpecker somewhere out there in the trees drumming away. I don't know whether it's went while I was talking, but it's certainly drumming away just as I've got my camera out. There has been a slight frost overnight. Two moths in the bottom. Don't know whether you can, obviously you can see that one there, but there is actually also one, oops, it's focused on my finger there, right in the funnel there. Right. Both the moth and moth trap were clouded drabs. This one's, you know, quite nice looking. The other one wasn't quite as fresh. In fact, it was so worn that you could actually see through one of its wings. Almost the scales had rubbed off. So this one's a bit fresher. So total haul for the night: 2 clouded drabs. Right, I found these. Now, there's quite a few about here. I actually wondered whether they could be badger, and then I thought, look at this, it's open ground here. Can't possibly be badger at all. But along here, you can see there's actually been some digging down there. Look at all this soil here. Going under here, oops. I reckon that's badger that's been taking that out. Now this certainly looks like badger to me. I'm just seeing whether there's any. Yes, look at that. There's even more entrances here. So underneath this building here is a badger set. So I'm not going to say where it is because I don't want it to publicise it. It's not a good idea to publicise where badger sets are. A nice latrine pit here, badger latrine pit. Look at the size of that, that's fairly big. Look at it next to my finger. That is some size of badger that's done that. I'm guessing this is another butterfly that's just come out of hibernation, so I'll catch it in my hand and take it outside. So I'm just at my local primary school with my bat detectors, as you can hear, and you can hear there's bats around. There's lots of Soprano Pipistrelle activity flying about here. So what I'm doing is I've already got my moth trap out there. I've got a couple of camera traps out as well, and my bat detector, and I'm recording bits for a little video that I'm making for the local primary school here in Denham. And I'm also going to do some live mammal trapping just for one night, and also put out some hedgehog tunnels. But I got back a bit late this evening from a wee jaunt out with my wife and daughter and our dog, so I haven't had time to set them up tonight, but I'll do it another night. I need to position my trail cams, which we'll do over the weekend, but I have had quite a lot of activity from one animal in particular. There's a tawny owl regularly using the school grounds. Right, well, that's my wildlife year week 15 over and done with. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just a quick reminder again about the Monday's Introduction to British Small Mammals workshop. I'll be running that again now because it's actually proved really popular, nearly sold out at the moment. So if you're wanting to book your place, you better be quick. And I'll probably be running another virtual bat walk at some point because that was actually quite good fun. Even though I didn't have huge numbers coming along to it, it was actually quite good to just the feedback I've had. So I'll probably run that again as well. And that's it. So next week I'll be doing some more stuff in the school grounds, updating you on what I found there, and hopefully have some better footage of that tawny owl in the school grounds, and who knows what else. Let's wait and see. See you next week. Take care.